Hey everyone, Jason here from Off the Beaten Path, and continuing on, we headed back to Rawnsley Park Station, which is just off the map here at the bottom, and then we headed north past the southern end of the Wilpena Pound range there, and continued north, ducked into Wilpena to get some supplies at the general store and some fuel, and then from there we continued north another 4 kilometres onto the Bunyeroo Valley Scenic Drive. Highly recommend this. It's one of the tourist drives. You don't pay anything for it, and it's awesome. So we headed north up here through the valley. First stop is at Yanyanna Hut, which is a hut for people doing the walking trails. So these yellow dotted lines here are all hiking trails, popular in the Flinders Ranges. From there, we continued around the corner into Bunyeroo Valley proper and stopped at the Razorback lookouts. This section through here is unbelievable. The camera does not do it justice. From there, round past the Razorback and onto the northbound section where we headed a few k's up to camp at the Cambrian Campground. So here's the geological trail and Bunyeroo Gorge, which we came in through on the other day and went out the other side, and just down here somewhere not quite on this map, but Dinglydale Campground was just up over here somewhere. There it is. I can't see it for looking. So Dinglydale Campground, that's the campground we camped at the other night, and the Mount Carnarvon track is out this way. So we headed out there to Mount Carnarvon and then came south down here on the previous trip to Rawnsley Park Station, just for a bit of context for you guys. Anyway, let's get on with this video. A little bit shorter one, but so worth it. Hey everyone, Jason here from Off the Beaten Path, and after finishing the Arkapena Loop, we headed back into Rawnsley Park Station. So just showing you the access there. The Arkapena Loop does finish north of the access to Rawnsley Park Station. Starts south and finishes north, so that's why we're coming south and turning right. So then after heading into the station to drop off the key, we headed north to Wilpena to pick up some supplies. Ducked in here past the old Wilpena shearing shed that's in the distance there on the right, and found a couple of emus just randomly around. Weren't overly bothered by us. Continued on and arrived in at Wilpena to refuel, and also to pick up some supplies from the Wilpena general store. So coming in through the car park here, it's quite a big car parking area, pretty much empty at the moment given the time of year that we were here. So if you haven't seen the other videos, this was filmed in the first week and a half of January of 2025. So just up ahead there, that's the information centre, general store and service station. So just waited a minute to get a free spot at the fuel bowser, and then pulled in to refuel. Now, unfortunately, I didn't get any footage of the shop here. Really well-equipped shop and really reasonably priced as well. Now, from there, we headed north to Bunyeroo Valley Scenic Drive. This is one of the free drives. Some Luca vision on the way. Look at this wedgie here that Luca spotted. Just getting some water there in those puddles on the edge of the road. Like, that's how dry it is, that a wedge-tail eagle will come down and sit there on the edge of the road
I just pulled over up here
to get some water. So a shame Lucas' phone was playing up and it's not the clearest image, but pretty amazing.
Bloody video, it's getting too hot, it's not even focusing.
So yeah, that was a genuine issue with Lucas' phone. It was overheating on the mouse up on the dash in the hot weather. So that's part of the reason that I'd forgotten that, but that's part of the reason his imagery on his phone is not the best on this particular trip, and his phone was a bit on the way out. So as you just saw there, we're starting the Bunyeroo Scenic Drive. This is one of the free tourist drives. You don't pay anything for this one, and it is an absolute must do. You're not going to believe this. Seriously, look, you can drive this in both directions twice. You know, it starts off when you're heading north, and I think this direction is a good direction to actually do this drive in. But yeah, it starts off winding its way through these hills. It's a really nice sort of relaxed drive. The road's in really good condition, and you're wondering what you're going to find as you crest these hills. And at this point, you know, some shallow, wide open valleys sort of open up. It doesn't take long though for the countryside to start to change. See some snippets there of the different ranges in the distance, and the track here sort of wending its way through the hills. It's getting a little bit hillier terrain here. Yeah, just a really nice drive. Now we did pull in just up here at this hut. So this is Yanyanna Hut. Now there's a big overland hiking track that goes through here, and this hut is actually
Yanyanna
for people
Hut
doing that hiking track.
So this is on the Bunyeroo Gorge Scenic Drive. Last time I came through here, we didn't have time to stop, so this time we thought we'd stop and check it out. Part of the Hasten Trail there, as the sign suggests, a long distance walking trail, well equipped and experienced. So these have been restored, Yanyanna horse yards. They were restored back in May of 2012. Great job, using original techniques, round timber, very similar to some that we saw at Lake Mungo.
Very well constructed traditional horse yards here. It's really great seeing those traditional techniques sort of honoured, and seeing things re-established and reinstated the way they were.
Looks like a modern reconstruction. Hopefully there's some info inside. So Yanyanna Hut is for overnight use of walkers doing the Hasten Trail, which is pretty cool. Concrete floor, a few camp chairs in here, table. No fires in the fireplace.
So after that quick stop over there, we continued north on the Bunyeroo Valley Scenic Drive, and yeah, the drive only gets better from here on in. This countryside we're driving through here is really nice. The camera's not doing it justice, but we're getting very close to the actual main gorges that you see on this, and let me tell you, the camera certainly doesn't do those any justice at all. And as you can see, this road through here is very much a road, very much a two-wheel drive gravel road. Any vehicle should be able to drive through here. Yeah, we're getting a lot closer now. You can see the range in the distance there, and you can see we're up a little bit higher here, almost on a ridgeline type track. And yeah, coming up on the Razorback there, so that's the hills or mountain straight ahead of us there with the line up it. That's called the Razorback. There is a hiking trail, I believe, for those who are so inclined to hike up the Razorback. And look at that huge valley that we're just looking across as we're driving on this ridge line here. Like, this just opens up in front of you, and it really is amazing. The camera does not do it justice. The GoPro flattens and squashes everything. You really have to go and check this out, I tell you. This is an amazing drive through here, it really is. It's awesome just watching it back now as I'm recording this and editing this. It's so great to see this footage again. This was such a drive through here. You can see a little bit of a drop off on both sides, not super steep or close to the road, but you can see it does descend down quite a ways. And we're just coming up here to the viewing area for the Razorback. And just pulling in to find a parking spot there. And thinking about, I think I was going to try and turn around, and then I realised, of course, I've got the dot camper trailer on behind me, so the idea of doing a quick loop and then reversing in, yeah, that's not really going to happen. So this is the view from the Razorback lookout. That's the actual Razorback there right in front of us, just passing through centre of field of view now. And looking out across this valley with the road winding its way down through it, truly amazing. You've got that range there in the distance. It really is like nowhere else.
I'm behind you. You're right to go.
So Luca had already stopped and taken some photos elsewhere, further back up.
No worries. Another different part of the Flinders, isn't it?
It certainly is. And it's just getting like insane. I mean, I keep saying the word insane, but I can't find anything better.
And it really is, like, even down through here, you're coming down off the lookout there, you've got the Razorback, you've got the drop off. Just an amazing drive. Luca keeps saying insane, I keep saying amazing, but really, those are the most appropriate things we could think to say. Like, it really does not do this justice. And it's not remotely like anywhere else that I've been. So you absolutely, if you go into the Flinders, you've got to make sure you put this on your list of things to do. There's no reason not to. It's an easy drive. There's no cost attached to it, and it's smack dab in the middle of the Flinders. And I would recommend you drive it in the direction we have, which is from south to north. So coming in south off Flinders Way, I think it is, and north it ends up on the geological trail where it comes in past Arkapena Gorge. You can see the track ahead getting lower and lower as it works its way into the valley floor. Another amazing view of another section of the range here as we sweep around this corner. It really is just an amazing part of the country. You can see I've been able to maintain a pretty good pace on these roads. You almost don't want to. You really want to take the view in. There's a camper van up ahead of me there that I'm sort of making some ground on. Just drop down a gear there to get some engine braking and slow down a bit and take it all in. So after that big gorge section, you come into a much tighter section of gorges. And you can see here it's much tighter. Quite a nice run through. You've got some larger trees, one of the few spots you actually see some larger trees here. Don't know if you're supposed to keep left there or not, but I elected to sort of stay on what I thought was the main road, and I think it was. By the look at that, it sort of joined back on at an angle there. Very rocky through here, of course, as we're used to seeing in the Flinders Ranges. And just a nice steady drive through these rocky gorges. Lots to see through here as well. Different times of the year you will see a fair amount of wildlife down through here. And just working our way through these gorges, as you can see, it's quite a decently long drive. And it varies from those big heights where you're looking out over massive valleys down into these tight little gorges that are very scenic but different in their own right. Amazing old gum trees sort of trying to hang on and continue living in this very harsh environment. Coming out of the gorges here, Twin Gums picnic and day use area there on the left, and once we pass this, it's not too much further to the north. We will get to our destination for today, which is the Cambrian Campground. It was one that I'd identified on my previous trip, so we didn't camp there last time, but I did have a look at it. It looked like there were some good campsites in there, so when we were organising this trip, I had the opportunity and decided that we would stop in there and check out the Cambrian Campground this time. As you can see, sort of between two ranges here, heading north. Still a nice easy drive. And still quite scenic, although very different to the main scenic drive part earlier. Lots of smaller trees through the valley here. And here we are arriving at the Cambrian Campground on the Bunyeroo Valley Scenic Drive. So just on the right, on the eastern side of the road here, quite a big campground. A lot of these campgrounds at the entrance here have a little water tank and, excuse me, oftentimes bins. If they don't have bins there, it's very much a case of take your rubbish with you. Dry stream bed there to cross on the way in, and this is quite a large campground, so initially I actually went the wrong way. Our campsite is actually down to the right, but I sort of went down in here to the left. And it did take me a little bit to find some campsites with some numbers and realise I was in the wrong spot. Then of course I had to turn around with the Dot camper trailer on the back. Which was its own sort of interesting challenge, if you like. Trying to get as wide a turning circle as I can to swing the Grenadier and the Dot around. There were a couple other people here. These were some of the only people we've seen this entire trip, but they didn't camp here. They left. So not sure what their story was exactly, but they were sort of parked up over there like they were going to camp here. Maybe they wanted a camp spot where there wasn't anyone else, and once Luca and I came in here and started setting up, they decided, well, they would go and find another campground that didn't have anybody at it. Just cleared that tree there. Nice tight little turnaround. So meanwhile, while I've been doing this, Luca has actually found our campsites for us. So pretty level. Yeah, we've got one on the left, one on the right. Down in here. Camping along the Bunyeroo Gorge Scenic Drive. Got the dots set up, the moon's up, cooling down nicely, sun's going down. Luca's over there cooking. I got some souvlaki lamb with some fried rice here. Yeah, I'm not going to eat all that. That's probably 2 meals there. But yeah, nice, quick, easy cook up. And looking forward to it. Luca cooked up some prawns and pasta. Looked very tasty. And and I did manage to get a long exposure sort of nighttime photo of the dot there all set up. So look guys, a little bit short of this one. Thanks for watching. Bunyeroo Gorge is a must do. Like this video if you liked it, and I will see you in the next one. Please make some comments down below, and I'm more than happy to respond to any questions.